Hi, I'm Christian.
And I'm Angela, and we are married
And bored. Well.
Guess who's back?
Look at us.
Hey, we are here. Another episode of the Married and Bored podcast.
Yep. We are happy to be here talking about everything under the sun.
Seriously, everything that's been going on in our lives.
In yours, we know.
Yeah, I mean, sure. And you can tell us if you would like to.
This is a safe space, everybody.
Yep.
You know what, Angela? It feels a little empty in here today because the past two episodes that we've done, we've had guests.
It's very true.
And now it's just you and me, and I don't know what
us.
to do.
You know, it's like when you realize, like when we hear stories of like empty nesters.
Okay, our podcast has grown up.
It's grown up. People have left the house, and now we're like, hey, this is boring with just you.
Yeah, time to get that sports car. Don't know what that means in the podcast world, but
we'll see.
we hope everyone has had a great couple weeks since we've last chatted about games, but we are here to talk about a fun game today and just kind of catch up on what's been going on. It's holiday season. It's cooling down, at least in Arizona. Everywhere else is already there, so, you know, whatever. But Ange, let's just jump in. What's been going on? What's up?
Yeah, well, a lot's been going on. I'm going to take the
high road.
Sure. I'm going to take the high road. No, I was going to say, I don't know if I'm stealing this from you, but I'm going to tell everyone out there about, we finally got a little miniature game group together with another couple and to play the Marine expansion of Ark Nova.
Yes.
You know, Ark Nova is still hanging on to the number one slot in my heart right now.
Number one overall.
Dang. I know. And the Marine expansion does not disappoint. I really enjoyed adding in the new cards. There's, not a new mechanic, but just some like tweaks and things to make it more interesting. And then some new action card specials. And yeah, I just really liked the amount that was added without making it a crazy, new game or tons of rules to learn or relearn. And it's still long. It's still a long game.
Yeah, it's still a very long game. Mm-hmm. I do like the expansion. I guess because I got a little tiny preview at Gen Con 2022, it seemed like it took a really long time for this game expansion to come out. And so I was expecting a little bit more in the box. In the box there's not that much in the box.
True.
I mean, what else? I mean, the natural way to expand this game is just to add more cards. And they did that. And I don't know what else I was expecting.
Right.
But with the time it took, I guess I was expecting a little bit more. But at the same time, like you just said, I'm glad that they didn't do too much. It's still the same game. Now you just have fish.
Right. And you can add aquariums into your normal zoo, which I guess the only way they could have made it bigger was to completely do away with the zoo map and just make it an aquarium map.
But then that's its own game.
Yeah.
And you're playing SeaWorld.
Exactly. Exactly. So, I really enjoyed the experience. I know it got late. And so maybe that was the only downfall.
So Nick and Kat, we apologize that you were here past 11.
Yes, we do. 11 p.m.
Yeah. Good.
We don't normally do morning gaming with friends.
Come over at 6 a.m. for breakfast burritos, mimosas, and Ark Nova.
Listen, that doesn't sound bad.
Could be a new thing, honestly.
Yeah.
Let's jump on that.
Does anyone do breakfast gaming?
Oops.
If you do, please let us know.
Breakfast gaming.
I mean, as a group.
A brunch bunch?
A brunch bunch. 6 a.m. is not brunch, though.
No, I mean, that's true.
I guess I have nothing more I really want to dive into there except to say that I really enjoyed Ark Nova. I immediately you helped, of course, but immediately put everything from the expansion into the original box and it fit. We just rearranged some stuff and Yeah, I will never go back to just the base game.
No, I think it's one where why would you?
Yeah.
As a part of the setup for the expansion, you have to remove old cards because they no longer match up with some of the new rules. And so like some of the ones you have to remove the conservation stuff. The problem I still have with this game is we play it for so long and my score the other night was negative 17.
Right.
And I was like, okay, cool.
But listen, if you've never played Ark Nova, first of all, you should.
How dare you?
Yeah, how dare you? I think Board Gamer Girl, Natalie, told us that it's on BGA, right?
Oh, yeah, they just added it to that. That's true.
So get on BGA and play it if you don't want to own a hard copy. So if you've never played it, a positive score of any kind is a win, basically. I mean, technically the person with the highest number wins, but really you're just trying to get 0. And anything above that is
icing on the cake, they say.
Yeah. So I think that negative scores sound super bad, but in the context of this game, it's like, oh, you were close.
Yeah. It's just not very like rewarding to be like 3.5 hours later, negative 17. Good job on raising tigers and werewolves. Not werewolves, warthogs.
Well, that's a different expansion.
And I was a little bummed. I didn't get very many sea animals. I had one manta ray, which
That's
was
true.
cool. And I went all in on it. And it probably lost me the game because I spent way too much money early.
It covered up 4 of the 5 spots in your aquarium. It was huge.
It was big. Its wingspan was massive.
Yeah.
Which is a different game. But
yeah, that maybe was the only disappointment. It's not that we collectively as a group didn't see a lot of C cards, but I personally didn't get a lot.
no, but one of the players had 80% fish.
Yeah. So that was just, luck of the draw or
Yeah.
unluck of the draw for us. What about you, Christian? What's up with you?
Man, it has been something. I don't know what that
You
means.
sound like you have big news.
Yeah, I'm trying to put drama where there's not drama. It's one of my favorite times of the year, and if you are familiar with what that is, it's Christmas and holidays, and that means Board Game Geek Secret Santa
Oh, of course.
is upon us. And so we signed up. This is our 4th year doing this.
Yeah, I feel like it's 4, but
3 or 4 for sure. But yeah, we made a wish list. So okay,
Yes.
let's take a step back. Secret Santa, you've all played that. BGG, you probably know what that is. Board Game Geek. You make a wish list. You sign up for a list, and then you get assigned a target. So like we have somebody who has a wish list, and we're looking at it, and we're going to purchase something from there, and then our list also gets sent to someone else. So we made a list. Angela, I just wanted to go through. Why don't you pick 2 of them that are on our list that we added to the list this year that we're looking forward to getting?
Okay.
And spoiler alert, we did get our Secret Santa package already, and,
Yep.
and we'll reveal that after we do our little list. So,
yeah, or, just check Instagram. We already revealed it.
So, what about you, Ange? What's one on the list that you were like, oh man, this is going on this year?
Well, I added Lacrimosa because Christian won't let me buy it. So I was hoping
fair.
someone else would buy it for me.
That's fair. We've talked about that in the past. It should make sense to me, but it doesn't.
I mean, to be fair, you have never tried it. So you
No.
don't know if it doesn't make sense.
I mean,
to
I've
you.
looked at it, and I've tried music.
that's enough.
I've tried playing music, so
So that was on there. If the person, whoever sent us our wonderful gifts, listened to the podcast at all, they probably decided Lacrimosa wouldn't be a good team gift
that's
for
true.
us.
If they knew the history there, very true.
So yeah, we did not receive that. But I also put on Terraforming Mars this year.
That's an oldie.
Which is, it's an oldie in general, but it newly piqued my interest because I guess I had just never really, it had never piqued my interest just maybe because of the name. I don't know.
Yeah, you're just like, okay, cool, There was a lot of Marsy outside space, outer space games at the time that it was released, I feel.
Yeah. And I was just like, okay, outer space, whatever. And then recently I've just kind of discovered what the mechanics are.
Oh.
And so I think that I would really enjoy what the game is.
Okay.
So I put it on there, and I did not receive that one either.
No. I just thought it'd be fun to talk about ones that were new to the list.
What about you?
I put Heat Pedal to the Metal.
Oh, yeah.
I think everyone's looking for that. It's so hyped and popular. I really want to play it. I know a couple people who have it here locally, just haven't been able to like hook up and play. I would have really enjoyed to get that one. Not that I'm upset with what we have, but that would have been a big surprise for sure. And then my wild card, I just heard Thunder Road Vendetta was a very fun and good game. It's like Mad Max race car game. So they're both car related, which is kind of funny. And yeah, that would have been an interesting one to get. I've just heard that it's pretty fun. It's a remake of an old game from the 80s. Kind of like they did Dark Tower. How they re-released that. It just seemed interesting and different. So those are the two that I were like, oh, that'd be fun.
Right.
But what are the two we got? So we were very lucky. We got two from our Santa.
Yeah, and guys, it's kind of like your discretion when you send. There's no. I think they say like
there's at least a $50 limit.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get one game.
Right. So they say $50, but I mean some games are 120 and
Yes.
some are 15. So it just depends on what the person who gets your name wants to give you. And so
Correct.
we're very happy that we got two. In fact, I think we've always gotten at least two.
Hundreds. No, we have been very lucky
Yeah.
in receiving what we've gotten. Some of the ones we've gotten in the past, we got Rising Sun.
Yep.
I think we got Dune.
Oh, yep. We got Dune.
Yeah.
It was a fun one. We didn't even put it on our list, but someone gave us the 5 Minute Marvel
Oh, that's right.
to play with the kids one time. So yeah, we've gotten some really good gifts.
Yeah. So I ended up putting these two ones on our list, and you weren't too familiar with them. Is there one that you want to talk about more than the other really quickly?
Yeah, so we got Sky Team.
Sky Team.
Which is a game that I had never heard of.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I just, previously wasn't excited about it because I didn't know what it was. And it's a 2-player only game. And I really enjoyed it.
It's good.
Yeah, I really like the, it kind of reminds me of The Mind in the sense that like there's a no talking portion. And then you just kind of have to like read your partner and like figure out what they're trying to give you and what's the best play you can do. And then the whole premise is that you're trying to land a plane together. So there's a co-pilot and a pilot. And yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah, it's dice placement. So you roll your dice and you place them.
Nice job.
That's the main mechanic. It's kind of like, I was getting like weirdly like almost like trick taking vibes with dice. It's not really that because like there are sections of the board where you want to make your dice add up together to exceed or be below a certain number. And so like what I lead with kind of dictates what you can play.
Or what? I mean, yeah, it helps me decide.
Yeah,
like,
and
what
so I
would
feel
be-
like there's that, like hearts where you're leading with a higher card or a lower card kind of indicates this is what I have.
Yeah, I follow your train of thought there.
Yeah, it's a plane of thought in this game.
Oh.
Like it? Sky
like
Team.
it.
Yeah, it was really good. I had a lot of fun playing it. The no talking rule is funny because our son learned it with us and sat in on the pilot seat. And he was like, Dad, no talking. I was like, look, we've never played this before. We have to at least say, can I put this here?
Yeah.
No.
Because there is a phase where there's no talking, but I think he meant like, let's not talk the whole time or
This is a silent game
Yeah.
of flying planes.
so that is the one I'm going to highlight.
Yeah, cool.
What was the other one?
Yeah, and so we also received My Island, which is I'm excited for this one. It's I can never say this dude's name, Rainier Knizia. Design. This guy has designed hundreds, thousands of games. I don't know, but he had a really popular game called My City. It's a competitive legacy game, which we're gonna build islands on using hex tiles. Now, legacy games and us haven't had the best reputation.
It's only because people don't stick around and play them.
It is
with us.
super hard to get a group together to do these types of games. And I feel like we just have to like power through this one or a couple of the other ones that we've started, maybe all of them, to just get the full experience. But this one seems fun. It seems more casual than other ones.
I mean, I don't know anything about it beyond what you've told me, but the art just makes it look more casual.
Yeah,
maybe.
it seems fun. And I don't know anything about it. I don't know if it's called My Island. So are you like surviving on an island? Are you trying to like cultivate the island? Are you trying,
Yeah.
Are there going to be zombies on this island?
Well, the box doesn't appear that way.
There's no zombies.
So, yeah, we're excited for that one.
Yeah.
We'll keep you updated on
Yeah.
if we
so
find people to play it with.
Our Secret Santa really pulled through again. So if you're listening, we appreciate you.
Yes.
Thank you, Santa, for the 2 great gifts. We've already jumped into Sky Team, as we said. My Island is TBD. It's coming. We're trying to get a group together. Maybe the couple we played Ark Nova with.
Exactly.
Will
we'll
join
rope
us
them in.
for some island adventure.
And then we have already purchased what we are giving our Secret Santa.
That's true. We don't want to say it here.
No.
Just in case.
Just in case.
But they had some good games on there. Like
They did.
It's always interesting to me to see someone else's wish list.
Wish list.
Because you're just like, oh yeah, that's a great one. That's a great one. What?
right.
Like,
You see
there's
one
just-
that you just don't.
Yeah, like I would never have thought to put that. Or like there's a theme. Like, oh, this guy loves card games. Or
Right.
like we've seen it all.
We've seen it all.
So yeah, look forward to that target of ours, who shall remain
nameless.
But Santa's coming. So
Santa's coming.
just have
You hear
patience.
those jingle bells.
Anything else you want to highlight? It's been a while. So anything fun else going on? We got some Marvel Champions cards as always.
We did. And, well, we missed out on the Lorcana tournament that our
for the new release.
game store had, but we
Yeah.
did get some packs.
We got 2.
So of the Floodborne series. So that's the new one that just came out. And yeah, I feel like we've gotten some Kickstarters come through the mail. We got the 2-player only game sale. We got Bark Avenue.
We have some homework to do for sure.
Tamashi we got to play a little bit. We'd like to play again. So yeah, we've got a lot to do.
Yeah, it's just like when it rains, it pours. You sign up for Kickstarters in the year of 2020 and 2021, and then all of a sudden they're here 3 years later at the same
and you're
time.
like, whoa, it's Christmas.
Holy cow! So yeah, we got some homework to do. We'll do our best. I wasn't the greatest student, but Angela was.
Yeah. You are kind of a Ron Weasley.
Oh my gosh! So you're gonna do my homework and play the games for me?
No, I need your participation.
That's not how it works.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of dogs, we have a great game that we're going to talk about today called Dog Park. So give us a second and we'll jump right into that. All right. Dog
Woof, woof.
Park. This is a new-ish game that we've had for a couple months.
It's new to us.
Was this like I'm just going to buy this on a whim purchase? I don't remember the story. Like, have you this is one that you pushed for and wanted to get for sure.
Yeah, so we had just recently backed Bark Avenue on Kickstarter.
That's right.
And then this game became like the rage on our feed.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to buy it. And you were kind of hesitant because you were like, well, we just backed this dog game that might not arrive for a while, but still. And then this is just another dog game. And both of them the back of the box, like the premise is that you're dog walkers.
Yeah, that's
both
true.
of them. So yeah, and to be fair, like I kind of thought too, like, is it going to be the same game? But then a few months went by and I was like, yeah, I'm going to just buy it. So we bought it. We've had it for, well, probably more like 5 or 6 months, honestly. And they have not single card, but like singlet packs of expansions you can get that add dog cards. And then on Kickstarter, there is it's called New Tricks. So it's Dog Park New Tricks.
Nice.
And that is set to be sent to backers in March, and then retail.
A couple months after, probably.
I think it's right after April.
Nice.
So yeah, it's still a relevant game.
Oh no, yeah, we see it all over the place in those little packs at our shop that we go to. So do you want to explain a little bit what the game is? You kind of did, but
yeah. So Dog Park, it's a game for 1 to 4 players. You play as a dog walker. You are going to pick up dogs for your kennel. You're going to choose which dogs to walk, and you're going to earn bonuses along the way, all in an attempt to get the most victory points at the end. So that is the game in a nutshell.
yeah, it sounds pretty simple, and it is.
Yeah, I was actually, well, we'll get to that, I guess. Maybe we should talk about setting it up and tearing it down.
Yeah, let's talk about ease of setup and teardown. I'm trying to think of a game that's an easy setup. It'd just be like a deck of cards, done. Most board games probably fall into like the medium to higher setup. There's not a lot going on in this game in terms of components. There's a lot of cards because each dog has a card, and then you have your little player boards and peoples, and yeah, there's not much. Everyone takes a color, and you're kind of good to go.
Yeah, I would say it's normal. It's just medium for what you expect a modern board game to be. Mm-hmm. I do want to point out in this section though that it comes with game trays.
Game trays, like Parks, and yeah.
I mean, I love that all the little components. So there's like little sticks and balls and toys, and all those things fit in the tray, so you don't have to take those out. You just take the tray out of the box, and then that can sit on your table and hold the tokens.
And they're shaped
like bones.
Like a dog bone.
Oh my gosh. So that is a big plus for setup and teardown. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, any tray that is custom made for the game makes it so much easier to get it out and put it away.
Totally.
It speeds everything up so much. Mm-hmm. For an example, back to Ark Nova, they have trays in that game, but they're weird. And they're not custom made. They're just like, here's 2 trays that have identical spots. Fill it up how you want.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, even all the pieces that the base game came with didn't fit. So it's like,
right.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate that.
That doesn't bother you at all.
No, it doesn't. So yeah, it just takes a little longer. There's a lot more going on in that one, but I'm trying to make an example.
Yeah. Well, Star Wars Outer Rim has nothing. That's just throw it in the box.
Yeah, that's a classic CGE box dump.
So that's definitely a good thing to mention here. And I would say it just takes up a normal amount of the table. It's not small. It's not huge. Everyone is going to have to, have their own area.
Yeah, so it takes a wingspan amount of table space.
Oh my gosh, good comparison.
Yeah.
The wingspan is about wingspan because it's game wingspan is like, okay.
Yeah.
That's enough.
We got you.
All right. What about learning to play?
Yeah, you mentioned it earlier. It's simple. I don't want to say simple because that might mean that it's too easy, but it's easy to pick up.
This is where I was going to say, I was surprised. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting like a brain burner, I guess. But I was just
brain burner.
But I just thought there would be a lot more like rules to learn or something. And I was just pleasantly surprised about how simple the mechanics were.
Yes.
There's a bidding phase, and then there's a, I guess, card assignment, like paying phase, and then there is like a parks where you're walking along.
That's the dog park walking spot.
Yep, phase.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. The hardest thing to maybe comprehend for a newer player might be that what you're bidding with and not auctioning, what's the word? Yeah, bidding to get a dog to your, what do they call it? Team or kennel? There
yeah.
you go. Is your actual victory points.
Right.
So you're bidding your victory points up to a certain number, if I'm not mistaken.
You can't bid more than you have.
Yeah. And so
and then 5, I think, is the max.
Yeah, there is a max. And so like you might be ahead and you're like, well, I only want to bid 1. But if someone else bids 2, they get that dog before you and you're left with the rotten rascal dirty dog scraps.
No, they're all purebreds.
They're all good boys.
They're all purebreds in this game.
So that is what I think is the hardest part to understand. It's like, well, I don't have any money. It's like, right, but you have victory points, and so even if you're last place, you might bid 5 to like go behind to get more.
I think it's like a
off.
Jeopardy concept, right? Like you're bidding your points.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you got nothing to lose, you might as well
go for it.
Go for it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that this is, as long as someone is interested in the theme or even just likes to look at cute dogs, I think that it could be easily accessible to a new board game player. And like no one needs to know about modern board games to be able to play this.
No, I like the different phases of the game too. You have bidding, and then you have like the purchasing of trying to figure out which dog you want in your kennel, and then you have the walking phase. So, and then you get bonuses when you walk the dog, and it's like, I'll say it again, Wingspan is definitely, you can see aspects of that in this game. Mm-hmm. There's parks aspects in this game, so if you know how to play parks, you'll be like, oh yeah, I know this part.
Yeah.
And there's something else that it reminds me of too, but I can't remember what
Can't
it is.
put your finger on it?
Nope.
Yeah, and I feel like it's low key. It's not, like we said, it's not burning your brain, so you're not having to strategize deeply while other people play. I feel like you can have casual conversations. Our kids, who are admittedly have been exposed to board games since a very young age, had no problems learning it. So I think you could definitely bring it around a family member or a friend that maybe doesn't often play board games.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good holiday game too. If you're just going to sit around the table with kids and family or grandma and grandpa, they can learn this one.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right. How immersive is the experience? Which sounds kind of funny in this game, but basically, like, how well does it build up this world of dog walking and purebred? Purebrededness.
I mean, I think my favorite thing is just the dog cards. Like, there's different categories.
Right.
There's like a dog show.
Yep.
So there's like working dogs and hunting dogs and other dogs.
Toy.
And
Toy.
And so that's kind of like the set collecting thing, like Wingspan that you might see. But that's where I get the most immersiveness out of it. It's just kind of like learning about these dogs and like what category and seeing pictures. So that's for me where it is most immersive. What about you?
I think, well, we talked about the bidding. I like kind of how that mimics, like, I guess I'm just assuming because I'm not a dog breeder, but like trying to get a certain breed in your kennel. Like, how much are you willing to spend? Is it worth going this low to get this dog that might pay off in the future?
Sure.
And then I think the only thing that kind of lacks for me theme-wise, not mechanically it's very easy to understand, but the walk part. Just the actual walk phase. I don't really, I don't quite understand, like, are we like picking we're not like literally picking these things up along the way.
Yeah.
I don't see any other way they could do it. It's just a little bit, takes you a little bit out of the theme.
It seems a little bit like it was just tacked on. Like they had two really good ideas. It's like, we're going to do a game about dog park, or like walking dogs. And we have this over here. And then like, oh, we have this other game that's about bidding for things. And then what if we just smashed them? That's not really, I don't know.
Yeah. It's hard to explain because I don't want to be down on it too much. It's a great game, and it doesn't feel like you slapped two wildly different things together and came up with this hodgepodge thing. We have just since played Bark Avenue.
Yeah, and admittedly right now they are blurring in my mind so hard.
Yeah. And Bark Avenue, I think thematically does the walk much better.
True.
Because you're actually like walking your meeple through neighborhoods with the dog on your board. And this one just doesn't do it as well as another one.
Yeah, but then I would say for Dog Park, what it does better is it does like the collecting, like the sets of dogs.
Yeah.
Like you get seven's a big one in this game.
Yeah.
You get 3 toy dogs and you get bonus points. You get 3 dogs who like to play ball and you get bonus points.
Yes.
Like there's that in this game is much easier to accomplish than the other one.
And I feel like this game, I mean, especially the base. I know in the new Tricks expansion, there's going to be mixed breeds.
Oh.
But this one is very much like, I don't know how to say it like nicely. I don't mean it mean, but like kind of the uppity dog world. Like
this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like these are like show dogs.
Show dog. Okay.
So you're getting a fancy dog.
You know what we should do is we should just do a dog battle. In a couple episodes, we'll probably talk about Bark Avenue.
Eventually,
and maybe we'll just go put them head to head, and just go for it.
Dog versus dog.
Yeah, it's a dog eat dog world.
Oh,
so they
man.
say.
So they say.
Yeah, but going back to your walking thing, I think it's interesting. Like in parks, it's a comparison because it's like exactly the same mechanic. You're like, I'm going to go to this location and I get sunshine points. Mm-hmm. And in like Dog Park, you're like, I'm going to go to this location and oops, I found a tennis ball.
Yeah.
And then you're going to go to jump to the next one. And it's like, oh, I found a stick.
Yeah.
And so you just collect, that's how you collect resources to be able to like walk other dogs. So
right.
I get it, but it's not very like, it doesn't pull you into the world. It's more like the art does that in this game.
Yeah, definitely. Fun. Do you have fun, Christian?
I was super surprised with this game. I remember the first time I played it, I won, and it was awesome. And then since then, I haven't won at all. But I just remember being pleasantly surprised with this one because my immediate comparison was like, oh, this is like Wingspan with dogs. But obviously different. And so I like those types of like collecting and getting bonus points and triggering, some sort of combo.
Yeah. To
get more points. Yeah, I had fun playing this one. I think I still do. I am blurring the two a little bit in my head in terms
of course.
But yes, Dog Park is fun. My favorite is just trying to get the different breeds, not the different breeds, like the groups, and trying to like get, because each game you play, the group ranking changes.
Right.
So it's like, if you have the most working dogs this game, it might only be worth 2 points, but the next one is like 4.
Right.
Or 7 or something like that. So I enjoy the variability of that and just seeing all the different dogs.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's fun. I think it's just the right amount of player interaction for me. I don't like things that are too cutthroat, with the exception of like Game Group.
Oh, and then you're there to murder.
Well, then I'm like more expecting it, maybe. Is that the right term? Like,
well, they don't show mercy, so why should you? I do to everybody. I'm like, okay, I'll just move.
Yeah.
And then you're like, no.
But like for you and I and our family, cutthroat things are not maybe the best.
No, I beat you in Destiny quite a bit of times.
Listen, that was early in my gaming journey.
That was a while ago. 2014, I think.
Yeah.
Great.
So I would be much more calm and collected now.
Really?
Well,
You want to play Lorcana later?
yeah, let's do it.
Or the new Star Wars one that comes out next year?
Well, we don't have that.
Well, I want to put it on the calendar.
Okay, we're going to put it on the calendar.
March 12th, let's play.
And I mean, I think like the bidding part is interactive. The park walking, like someone could take the space you wanted to take. So it's not like no player interaction, but there is enough without it being like two sheeps for one wheat and everybody's mad at each other.
Don't trade with Jonathan. He's a dork.
Yeah.
He won't give me my bricks.
Yeah. So that's why I think it can be low key and fun and wonderful.
It is pretty much a bummer when someone outbids you for the dog you want.
Well, yeah.
That really chuffs my chaps.
Well, that's why you got to really think, do I need this dog?
Yeah.
And if I need this dog, I better put the max 5.
Yeah, but isn't it also like like if you need it too and you put 4 and I bid 4, but you were first, so you get it?
Yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's the line. Yep.
It's the order of operations. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's happened a couple times to me, and it's happened a couple times to our kids too, and that is not fun for them.
No, but we can handle our emotions better than our children.
A 10 and an 8-year-old.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, I think so. I think solely because I was like pleasantly surprised. It seems like if we have people who aren't into games that come over, which let's be honest, it's not a lot.
Yeah, we're not friends with you if you are not into games.
Just kidding, come over. We'll play Dog Park.
Yeah.
I think it's easy. It's fun. And who doesn't like dogs?
Seriously. I mean, usually cats versus dogs is a very divisive issue. Mm-hmm. I might be one of the few people in the world that likes both.
No, I think there's more than just you.
Well, I need to see them because usually people are like, I'm a dog person.
Maybe we should do a cats versus
cat
dogs game battle.
Well, this is another great idea. Put it on the schedule.
Put on the schedule.
Yeah, and you can play solo. So
Have you done that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've played
I was going to ask you how
5
is
times.
that?
Yeah, I think the solo is good. It's obviously the bidding is different.
I wonder what someone else is going to bid.
Well, it's a die roll. Okay. So it could be, there's still the tension because you're like, well, they could roll a 3 and that's the highest they could roll. So do I go 4 to make sure I win? Or would I have just wasted stuff if, but I like the solo goal cards because you just try to achieve whatever goal is on the card.
Okay. Ark Nova is your number one favorite solo game.
Yes.
How close does this come to Ark Nova?
It's not Ark Nova solo.
No, but like
it's I would say it's definitely like the payout and joy I get from playing it solo is well worth setting it up.
Okay.
Which is what you want in a solo game because you're the only one setting up and tearing down.
That's true.
So, yeah, I would definitely pull this out as a solo game.
Would you play this one over our last game, Final Girl solo?
Yes.
Okay.
Easily.
All right.
Easily.
Nice.
That is my thought on that.
Great. And then, like you mentioned before, if it's worth it to you, there is a Kickstarter that is coming out in Q1, or it's being shipped Q1 of next year. Mm-hmm. So you can look for that. New Tricks, you said it was called.
Yep, and it's going to add a 5th player.
Oh, cool.
Which can be played without the expansion.
Yes.
So but it also has, there's also currently out dog packs that you can buy. So.
Yeah, with like new breeds and new stuff.
Yeah.
And they're just like little like Pokemon card packs with like 20 or so cards. Just kind of
add some more dogs to the mix.
Add some flavor to the show.
All right. Well, we will be right back to talk about some ideas that surfaced during this game.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We hope you enjoyed our little chat about Dog Park.
Yeah, maybe it's a game for you.
Yeah. You can find a dog that looks like your dog. Like ours Our Lucy dog looked like the one on the side over here.
Oh, Lucy.
But yeah, we're gonna kind of like, I don't know, pivot.
Well, this is actually
Pivot.
it's a conversation that was brought up based on the What's Up section.
That's true. When we talked about My Island.
Yes.
Yeah.
We talked about legacy games.
Yes.
And you just kind of like said this comment and breezed over it, and I just wanted to like talk about it a little bit more. Oh, that was the breeze.
Yeah.
Is like getting a group together, not just once, but like 13 times
30 times.
Or 15 times or whatever. And we have had so many hopes for this over the years, and everything except one has failed. And the one that didn't fail is because it was our children playing with us, and they're always here. So
how dare they?
We roped them in. But so they completed the Familiar Tales with us.
Okay, but yeah, that was good. That was fun.
But we have had Seafall,
Yes.
which we had high hopes for that one.
Mm-hmm.
It looked so cool, and we couldn't get anyone to play it with us. I mean, multiple times. And then we had King's Dilemma,
Yep.
which we, sought out in the stores forever. We got our game group to play it once. I wouldn't say it was a dud, but there was just no interest in playing it again. Mm-hmm. And so we're just kind of at a...
Gloomhaven.
Oh yeah, Gloomhaven.
It's up in the closet.
Yep.
And I have there's another one, the Vanguard game, ISS Vanguard. It's campaignish.
Okay.
I don't know if it's I don't know. I haven't played it. Obviously, we like the idea of it.
Yeah.
Coming like from a top level view, it's like, man, this game starts one way and just changes as you play it. One that I want to play is one of the Pandemics. Like, I don't love Pandemic, but like Pandemic Legacy, like the Year Zero one, seems very interesting because it's like set in the past.
Interesting.
And you're like, I think you're like trying to stop the spread of like communism and stuff instead of diseases.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. We're gonna have to check our facts on that one.
You guys can definitely tell us if I'm incorrect, but that just seemed different and fun.
Yeah.
So there's ones that I want to try, but like, yeah, it's hard to get. It's just hard to do it.
Right. So we just kind of wanted to know if you do the legacy thing. We know that obviously My Island, we could play 2-player.
Yeah.
And we could just do the legacy part 2-player
Together.
And that, honestly, that might be what it is. So it's not like we don't have each other, Christian.
Thank you.
We have each other. But how do you get a group together, not just once, but the problem is whenever our group gets together, we want to play something different. We want to...
Yeah,
no one wants to play... Or I shouldn't say no one.
Yeah, I was going to say not everybody loves to play new games.
All of us can't...
I've been scolded before.
We can't all agree to continue to play the same game for like 15 months in a row. Because we play like once a month, right?
At the rate we play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're wondering how people do it out there. We've watched Stand Up and Sit Down with King's Dilemma and their group, like, it just looks so easy. It's like, oh yeah, get a group together and play this King's Dilemma. And then you realize when you get it in your game closet, oh yeah, we need to find a group.
It's not that easy.
It's not built in, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you do it? Do you do it?
Yeah. Where have you had success?
Yeah.
In doing this, is there a game that you had success where everyone was like, "Yes, this is it"? I'm sure it just depends on the group and it depends on the game coming at the right time.
Yep.
We got My Island from Secret Santa, and I guess what I'm hoping for, and from what I am reading about and looking at, is that each little envelope contains 3 scenarios or chapters, they're called. And I think each envelope should take 2 hours-ish. So that doesn't seem like too much of a time commitment each time you play.
So you'd play like 3 chapters a night.
Yeah, you'd like complete an envelope.
Got it.
Which seems a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like easy win, and maybe more changes happen sooner. So you're like, oh man, this is great.
Right.
I love my Gloomhaven story. I want to like that game because it is so popular. Played the first mission, great. Played the second mission, died. I was like, what's next? And they were like, we need to do it again. And I was like, nope. You should have a consequence for losing, not do it again.
Right.
And I was just like, okay, that's really stupid.
You come into scenario 3 with your leg chopped off.
or you just branch, like you didn't find the idol, so now you have to go this way. So you don't get to go and see what's down that path. You go to the other path.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I was expecting. Didn't get it. It's in the closet. It's in the closet.
Yeah, I mean, you are someone who notoriously wants to play a new game every time.
I do, yeah. I'm sorry.
So I'm just curious, like on a personal level, how a legacy game, does it feel like a new game because new things are happening each time and like the game is building each time?
I guess that's my hope.
Yeah.
Because like I equate it to like an RPG, like a video game or something. Like you just get different stuff along the way that change how you play the game.
Right.
In a video game, you're like, okay, I got a cool sword. Now I don't have it anymore. I have a bow and arrow, so now I'll play this way.
Okay.
So that's kind of what I expect.
All right. Yeah. No, I agree. I am looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say. You can shoot us a message on Instagram or a direct message. You can slide into our DMs if you want to. We also have threads, and we also have an email, which we'll mention at the end of the show. So, yeah, let us know. We are so curious to hear how other people do it.
Yeah, legacy games. We need to like them.
This episode is sponsored by Showit. Are you stuck in a boring website template? Maybe you don't even know where to start. Experience the true creative freedom with the drag and drop simplicity of a Showit website. Our website, marriedandbored.com, is a Showit website, and we love how simple it is to create. Get started for free at showit.co. You won't be disappointed. All right. So we're wrapping it up. We're getting to the end of this show. And we always like to end with what is bringing us joy outside of board games.
Outside of board games.
Because we spend the whole episode talking about board games, which we love. We love talking about them. We love playing them. We love hearing people's stories. But we also have lives outside of board games, and we know you do too. Mm-hmm. So this is like a little nod to like, hey, this is a 5-star rating for me.
Nod to reality.
Yeah. Maybe you should go try it. Do you have something that's bringing you joy, Christian?
Yeah, I have a plethora of things that I could talk about.
All right, choose one.
So I'll talk about all of them.
Great. Don't take my advice at all.
Number 1, video games, specifically Spider-Man 2.
Ah, yes. Should have guessed.
Yep, I love the first one. It was almost, I think it's better than the Spider-Man movies. I like the Miles Morales one. I think it's better than the Spider-Man movies. Mm-hmm. And this one is continuing that trend. It's very fun. It's really fun to play. I'm enjoying that a lot.
Boom.
It's just fun to play. It's fun to play. I'll say it again. It's fun to play.
Yeah.
It's fun to play. Mm-hmm. And I'll piggyback off of video games again. I realize that I am 40. Actually, I don't, but it's the truth. So, but for some reason, a group of guys at work have gotten together on Monday nights for the past, 2 months, 3 months, and we've been playing Fortnite.
Hey, live it up.
Is totes awesome, as the kids say. It's lit. I don't know. We're having a lot of fun doing it, and it's just been a lot of fun to just do that with friends. And we were terrible sometimes. We got second place once. Actually, we got second place twice last Monday.
Everybody, do a slow clap for them.
We played
wherever
hard.
You are.
For us old guys, we played real hard. And we do no builds, of course, because we're not building for sure. But it's just a silly thing that I never thought I would get into. But I'm into it. I'm having fun.
Nice.
How about you?
Okay. I know everybody wants to hear about my digestive tract,
Oh my gosh.
but I have been dairy-free for 4 years.
That's true.
And I just recently have been testing a theory and adding dairy slowly back into my diet.
Theory of relativity.
It's very high level like
Yeah,
that.
totally.
It's so high level I can't explain it.
No, I get it.
And I had a Blizzard from Dairy Queen, and it was the best thing I've ever had.
Okay.
It was so good. And actually, I think we should go get one now.
You want to go right now?
Yeah.
It's not even, we haven't even had lunch.
Oh, you guys. So, if you really want to experience the joy of food, don't eat whatever it is.
Yeah, deprive yourself for years.
For 4.5 years. And then go ahead and eat it again.
That's really funny. I didn't think that's what you would say at all.
No, so that's what's bringing me joy.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Also, what are you reading?
Ah, yes. Okay, let me think. I am reading a physical book called The Chain Gang All-Stars.
That sounds like a video game. Yep.
It would make a fantastic video game.
Okay.
The book is great so far, and I'm only probably like 25% of the way in.
Would I like this book?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Maybe I'll read it.
It's thick one though, so you got to stick with it.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying.
Thanks.
Lonesome Dove has been sitting on your shelf.
I've never opened that
Dune
one yet.
has sat on your
Dune
shelf.
sucks.
The Robert Galbraith, aka J.K. Rowling.
There's
books
a
have
show.
Oh my god!
I have an excuse for all of
See,
these.
he has an excuse. And the one I'm currently listening to is called The Symphony of Secrets.
Secrets.
Oh, okay. Yep. So that one is great as well.
Cool.
I have 2 wonderful books that I'm.
Awesome. So we're coming up to the end of the year, and you set a reading goal at the beginning of the year. Have you exceeded that goal already?
I have.
What was your goal? Do you know off the top of your head?
Yeah. My goal was 90.
90.
And I think I have currently read 98.
Wow, that's really good.
Let me see. I've read 100.
Oh, cool.
I've read 100.
Good job.
Maybe next year I'll set it to 100.
You probably should.
Yeah.
You read quite a bit.
Because I'll finish more before now.
I think I've read 12.
I think that's good too.
Yeah.
1 a month? Yeah.
Yeah.
Average?
I'm happy.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right, guys.
Well, I was like, maybe they don't want to hear us talk about our...
They want to hear
reading
like we said at the
habits.
top, we know what you did. We're telling you what we did.
That's true.
So yeah, we hope you enjoyed our episode on Dog Park. We thank everyone for listening as always. You can find us on the Instagrams and the threads, and email hello@marriedandbored.com. At Married and Bored is our Instagram handle. Follow us. We are so close, guys, to 1,000 followers.
Yeah.
We would appreciate if you're listening and you haven't followed us, follow us so that we can get that over that hump.
Yeah.
And leave a review
leave
for
a
our
review.
podcast. We'd love to. If you do, we'll read it and give you a shout out on the next show.
Yeah, we would love to.
Enjoy the holidays.
Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Married and Bored podcast. And guess what? We have a website where you can listen to podcast episodes and so much more. Find us at marriedandbored.com, or you can email us at hello@marriedandbored.com, or follow us on Instagram @marriedandbored. Music in this episode is by Joseph McVeigh. See you next time.